Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Talk with Sanjana. So today I am in conversation with a very interesting guest. I'm very excited and thrilled to introduce all of you to my next guest. So there is this beautiful line: all dreams do come true if you pursue them. And I think this best fits my next guest. So let me introduce you to the most charming and a classical dancer, and also she loves handicrafts, and also she is a young entrepreneur, I would say, hailing from Mangalore. So here is Akshata Rao. Hi Akshata, how are you doing?
Hello, Sanjana. First of all, thanks for having me here.
It's a great pleasure, Akshata. It is wonderful that we are having this conversation, right after the lockdown, and then we are going to talk so many things about business and entrepreneur life and entrepreneurship and how you have got started with this. So let's first of all begin. Okay. So as I've already given an introduction, let me add more to this. So guys, Akshata has a business which is named by Antica, and I have read a couple of documents on this, and I understand this name is from your mother, right? You have always thought that your
Yes.
mom has been lucky, and that is the one of the reason you have picked this name, which I think it is a beautiful
Yes.
name, right? Because it's completely it's unique. It has its own touch. So I am sure your fashion and jewelry also it has its own touch. So adding to this, let me begin my first question and most interesting question, and the question is, when most of your friends were busy working, or mostly they were happy with their work life, you decided to do something completely different, right? And what was the reason to that? Why did you, quit your job and move completely towards business at a very early age?
First of all, thank you, Sanjana, for asking me such a beautiful question. Yeah, it's a very interesting question to me. See, I'll start a bit with a history.
Mhm.
I joined engineering in year 2013, and I was supposed to graduate by 2017. But what happened here is maybe God had a different plan for me. Uh, when I say God had a different plan for me, I graduated 6 months later than my friends graduated actually, because I had a back in software architecture subject, which was quite unexpected, and that shouldn't happen to any of the final year engineering student because I had a minimum requirement to get placed in campus, and as well I got placed in Tech Mahindra. But
Okay.
because I had this back, I lost my job, which had a very good package and all that. Of course, it was a very sad moment for me, my family, to lose the first job. So it was very hurtful. But wherein my friends quickly joined the job soon after their graduation, that is in July.
Mhm.
But when I got my result, I had already started Antica. This is something very good. So
So,
I was
at
already,
that moment you had backlog, or even before that you had already started Antika?
yeah, I had already started Antica soon after engineering without a second thought. So
Okay.
this failure,
Mhm.
it didn't make me feel very low. This Antica supported me very emotionally that time. So what I did was I took that gap. I did not take up any job. I thought, let me focus on this subject. Why did I fail here? And I cleared that subject. And 2018 January, I got passed out, wherein all my friends were having 6 months experience. Now where my friends' lives were different stream, and I was into completely different stream by then because 6 months means a lot of time.
Of course.
And after this, yeah, the startup also gradually started growing, and first handicraft we made was silk thread and all, but we had lot of criticism when we started this. Of course, I didn't know much about jewelry. Of course, when I started, it was not like okay, I was expert and I came to the stream. I just jumped to the water. Now I just have to
For
swim. That was
jumping.
the
So before going to this particular business domain, were you, mostly interested in that, or it was just that, you thought fashion would be a good area where you can, expand sooner? Were there any strategy, or you just wanted to get into business, or were you really interested in handicrafts and things like that?
my grandparents were into business, and even my parents. So I belong to a family where from long time we are running business itself. So for me, entrepreneurship was like okay. I never thought of an alternative career actually. To be frank, maybe I did engineering, maybe I went to school, colleges like every other kid. But then I had that deep essence in mind. No, I want to be an entrepreneur. I had that craving to be an entrepreneur.
So how did your family support at this point? Because right from engineering, already you had a back, and then you jumped into a business. So what were your parents' thought? And once you tried to establish that, and that process, during that process, how did your family encourage you?
No, actually, my mom, no, she used to support me a lot, okay, in terms of passion and all, because it's not Bharatanatyam alone that was my passion or hobby. But in Bharatanatyam, I finished my senior grade. That is why I put everywhere, that is one of my hobby. But then I used to go to tabla classes, music classes also. But then in music class, my voice was not that great. That's the only reason, my teacher didn't encourage me much and all that. She used to tell my voice is not very suitable, so I did not think a lot to learn in that, and I dropped. But then I used to go to tabla class, music class as a hobby. So as a kid, my parents used to support me like anything, like any class I want to join, n number of classes, they would encourage me. So as a kid, I got that encouragement, everything. But when I told that I want to start something of my own interest, they were not supportive. No, my family is not happy with my decision.
It was a very big decision for you, let's say for your entire life. It is a biggest decision because they definitely want every parent's dream is to see their kids graduated and then go to a company, work there, and then
Top companies.
yes, top companies. But in your
Yes.
case, it was completely different, right? Now,
Yeah, but
right at an early age when you're trying to do something on your own, it's kind of like a risk and a challenge. So when you started this
yes.
business, I would like to know what were your biggest challenge? What was the first challenge that you ever faced, and you thought that you need more people to support you mentally as well because it's not easy, right? When you're doing something and there is no much of support and you're trying to build on something, you need a mental, I would say, support from others as well, from the people around you. How did you face this situation? What were your big challenges?
First of all, I was not very sensitive to criticism when it came to business because I understood that I will have to sacrifice a lot. I will have to hear. I was mentally prepared because I knew people will comment a lot about this. They will, tell why you are doing all this engineering, why you did, and all that questions were expected.
Hmm.
And
You were like kind of very sure that what you want
yeah,
in life and others'
yeah,
opinions
yeah,
didn't matter to you much. Because
yeah. No, it did not matter.
I would say that, I mean, hearing you talk right now, I just understood that what matters the most is one's happiness. You need to be
Yes.
happy rather than just pretending to be happy, right?
Yeah, true. My life was more about satisfying myself and my goals rather than pleasing everybody. Like I have a job, okay, I work in a top company. That was not my goal, pleasing everybody. But I did face a lot of challenges. Yeah, it is not very easy. It's been 3 years I'm into entrepreneurship, and I am 24.5 now.
Have become
But
an independent, strong woman, and I think
yeah,
this has been this kind of mindset that you have gotten at very early age, I would say, and I'm
yes,
sure this is going to make your life even fruitful ahead. But again, there are a lot of questions to ask. I'm already very happy that
yes.
I'm talking such a very positive conversation with from a very young entrepreneur. But going ahead, what were your initial response from the customers that you received? How did you manage criticism from the customers? Because criticism from family is entirely different, and from customers it's different, right? When they are telling your products is not good, in case they are giving that kind of responses. So how was the responses and how was the negative feedback?
First of all, my clients were very interesting and very creative than me. In first place, I am very honestly accepting this fact.
Mhm.
So when I started something, yeah, initially 1 3 months that will be there. Okay, you are doing silk thread that everybody does. Even my auntie will see YouTube and do it. It's not a big thing to do. Okay, but I started it right. Even that auntie might have done, but she did not put what to say, put it into practice or never thought of starting a business out of it. But Okay, I thought, okay, I'll do something. Silk thread, but it just started with silk thread, but it did not end with silk thread. We have a lot of things today. If you see my page or something, we have n number of products, maybe 5,000 plus products, and they're very unique. One product is not similar to other product. One second, can you repeat your question?
Yeah. So I was asking you, what is the
Criticism, right? Yeah. Huh. They were not very, clients were good. I don't know, I was lucky also. They were very creative and all that. But one, two clients in a year will be there. It is not on time. Delivery was not on time because, of course, we are a startup. I only have to handle the front end operation and delivery, marketing. Most of the time, I only had to handle all these things. So at that time, yeah, there was a
so
little bit delay in the delivery.
when you are saying about deliveries, so I understand this started from Instagram, right? You initially
Yes,
started
yes.
this as an Instagram platform, and then you are looking to mostly expand it. So when you are looking from an Instagram platform point of view, how was the return on investment? Were you getting the revenue profit when you were looking in terms of numbers? And also, how did you try to understand these words like return on investment, or let's say profit and loss? Not just understanding the definition, but understanding in terms of business practice. How did you manage that as well?
So we used to keep getting orders, and I was never motivated by numbers. Okay, whatever bank balances. For example, when I started, of course, I had a very low response, and with time, only people got to know me, and all that happened. But even though after quite years, like 2 years time, also sometimes the business would dip down. At that time, I never took it, I was not very scared, or I was not driven by the bank balance that I had. I had passion that kept me, going, no matter what the profit is or the losses. It did not affect.
Great, great. Okay, moving ahead, do you see expanding yourself in coming future? Now you're an Instagram platform, and do you see yourself doing something more into your business?
Yes, definitely. So I want to start a website as well as an app, because website is a place where people around 35 to 40 or 45 will be very, friendly using it. But when it comes to youngsters, they always prefer app. So when I get something out, let me get both the things, because so far Instagram was going well. So when I put it into professional front, I want to go with both app and website, so that it will reach all the people. Like, see, if you are very comfortable shopping in WhatsApp business, you are very comfortable Insta business, you are very comfortable with the website, and you are comfortable with app. So I would keep all this platform. So let them be comfortable where they want. At the end, we are, getting business. That's a funda.
Basically, you want the response to be very convenient and with the
Yeah,
users,
yeah.
right?
Friendly.
Friendly, right? So during this, I would also like to know from your end, were there any sources that gave you motivation or ideas? Because you are single-handedly handling everything, and you need to also be very
No, I have my sister too.
okay.
I have my sister too. Yeah,
Your sister and you together are doing this, right? Great,
yeah,
that is
yeah.
good. So I'm sure even she must be very much interested in fashion and jewelry as well, right? And
Yeah,
her
yeah,
passion
yeah.
is equally as yours. That is really good to hear because two sisters are coming forward and doing this. That is wonderful. And
Yes.
once you are, trying to establish a business, after that, I would now again come back to family because now I'm very curious to know how are their responses initially, like when you were trying to establish it in and also trying to bring, let's say you're telling that you are going to do a website and an app, so which means you are slowly expanding. So how is their response?
Actually, you're the first person I'm saying app and website very officially. I have not told it to my family yet, because I have this practice that I do something and only then tell it to them once it is success. So I thought, let me successfully register my brand, and have a website and app, and then I let me tell them. So I've kept this as a secret for now.
Now I think
But
most
then
of
of course they'll be knowing.
so most of them will get to
Now
know this.
everybody.
But that's
Yeah, now most of them will get to know.
but that is good because that is something they will be, your customers will be waiting to look forward as well. It's
Yeah, yeah,
almost
yeah,
genuine
yeah,
way
yeah.
to use.
Because the work is almost started, so now I can tell this, like, because even they will be waiting, you know.
Of course, of course. Okay, so I'm just looking at some more questions to ask you, but before that, I think let's get started with some fun questions as well. So here are some fun questions
Yeah.
to you. I am very interested to know what is your most favorite jewelry, the jewelry that you love. Now you are going to distribute and give away the jewelry to so many of your customers, but I'm sure even they are
Yes.
interested to know what is your most favorite jewelry.
So my most favorite jewelries are usually handicraft and machine made
Mhm.
because I have that kind of, passion towards wearing handicrafts.
Mhm.
Also, I love something like peacock inspired series. Also, something like pearl and ruby. All those stones I'm very much attracted to. So I keep, purchasing all these silver jewelries also.
Mhm.
So I'm much into it. Even from the time of my engineering, I did not have a brand that time.
Like oxidized jewelries, right?
Yeah, yeah, we are into oxidized, matte finish, and American diamonds, and a lot of things actually.
Mhm. Great. So, adding on to this question, this is not a fun question, but yeah, I just got one question right now. That is, you must also be upgrading to the new fashion trends that are in the market, right? So, for that, what do you do? How do you keep up with the trends?
Yeah, so most of the time we are always, Antica is always ahead of the market. We always try to do something new that, what is than existing because when we bring up new launch only, we'll be like, okay, this shouldn't be there anywhere. So what usually people do, they copy their competitors, okay? But in Antica, what happens is what our competitor is not doing, we do that. So that, people come to us for that reason only because we are different from our competitors. So usually copying competitors really not good idea. Be very different from your competitor. Do what your competitor is not doing. So when you do something when what they're not doing, definitely people will get attracted to whatever you're doing. And if your work is genuine and very good, then definitely people would love to buy from you.
So it says that you just like I said earlier, just like the name, even your jewelry has its unique touch, right?
What?
Just like the name, just like the brand name, I think even your jewelry has its own unique touch, I said.
Yes, 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 yes.
Great. Okay, my next question is what is the first handicraft that you ever made?
Of course, silk thread jhumka with the little pearls, stones, and all those miniatures, like all those pearls, lot of small, small stuff,
Stuff.
stones.
Okay. So my last question is what is fashion? What does fashion means to you?
See, for me, fashion is being very simple and elegant, okay.
Hmm.
But for somebody else, wearing a lot of accessories, maybe for some it is like wearing Indo-Western dress. For some, dressing up like a tomboy is a fashion. So what I say is, we are all very unique. So for everybody, they have their own perspective when it comes to fashion. Yeah, so I respect theirs and I expect them to respect mine also because I'm a very simple person. So sometimes I have heard this, Akshata, you should wear a lot of accessories, you should dress up like that. But then no, I want to be like how I am.
That is good. So something I would add is that is something, you are very simple and elegant, but definitely you would want to see others wear this beautiful set of jewelries, right? You don't mind that. That is
No, 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 definitely. I would love to see people wearing
okay.
from before.
Wonderful, wonderful, Akshata. So let's go ahead to the very final question. Actually, so this question is something which I generally put up to most of my guests, and there is a reason why I put this question. So the question is, what are the life lessons that you have learned, or what is that you want to share to most of others? Because that is something I think the most inspiring part. Every story is unique, right? Your story is different from my other guests. Everybody has their own journey. But what is that life lesson that you have learned and that changed your entire life? Please tell me something that inspires me and most of our viewers as well.
So I will quickly start with this. till 10th standard, my education was very good and a lot of motivation, very good teachers. You know how Canada is. I
Yes,
did not explain the opportunities we have in Canada.
yes.
So every time I was motivated and I finished my BA in Hindi. Other than engineering, I hold another degree that is BA in Hindi. That's only because of Sharda ma'am.
Of
She used to
course,
make me write Prathamika.
I am also a part of that. She has done that to most of the students, and I think we in Canberra we are all grateful. Okay, before that, let me tell the viewers, Akshita is also happened to be my junior, and I'm very extremely happy to share that. And we are just talking, having a conversation about our Hindi teacher, who is an extremely well. What do I say? She's the best teacher we ever had in our school, and she has always motivated us to do more, right? And that is the conversation we are just having here. Yeah, continue, Anshita.
So, in first place, I would like to tell that if Canberra wasn't in my life, I wouldn't be where I am today. Maybe starting a startup or anything. Because every teacher there would, tell that Akshita, you have that leadership quality. Everybody in the class, and Akshita, you're very straightforward. You have that. They were the people who recognized my qualities before I recognized myself. Because we ourselves take a lot of time to understand ourselves, isn't it? We say we know ourselves better, but then it takes a lot of time. It is easy to tell, okay, I know myself better and all that, but it takes a lot of time to know what we are, what is our interest, what is our passion, what we love, want from life. All that, it takes a lot of time. So maybe Canberra was a kickstart, and I won in the year 2009, 2009 All India and Embroidery Championship
Mhm.
of the year.
Could you repeat
So
all India?
this in year 2009,
Mhm.
I won All India Championship for embroidery under students category.
Okay.
Yeah, in All India level from Anchor Company. It's a very reputed thread company, if you
Uh,
all know.
yes.
Uh, yeah, so I got this 10,000 cash prize as well as a award and all that. And if you know, it was also published in Can News.
Okay.
We had Can News.
Yes.
Remember when we were in Canberra, we had Can News. Also, a lot of papers, magazines, and all that. And I was encouraged very well by our principal, and a lot of felicitation took place. After that, I joined immediately to my PU. But that didn't happen there. I'm not criticizing, I mean, I'm not telling drawbacks of college, but there was no such motivation or such as such for me. Or if there was, maybe I didn't pick it up. Okay, so it was just a 2 years journey, and that after that I joined engineering, and I chose my college. I wanted to do engineering in Sayadri, and I did it there, and I'm very happy for that college also. Because I did my engineering there. But then what happened is day by day, I started growing very, I had low self esteem issues and low confidence. So this is the subject now, what I want to talk about. So gradually, low self-esteem issues and low confidence started growing from first year of engineering. And that when I reached final year, my confidence was almost zero and in negative. And I'm thinking, what do I want from my life? Every friends were, they were very happy that I got job. They were wishing and all that. But I took their wishes. But then I was like, no, something I'm missing. I want something more from my life. It's not that only job I wanted. I was very sure it was not job.
It
And
was
then
because
with that low confidence grew.
I think it was also because somewhere you knew your capacity, like what you could do or your capabilities,
Yeah,
and you knew that
true.
you're not giving the 100% there. You're doing something,
Yeah,
it's not satisfying you, right?
yeah. Yeah, of course. And I was very upset, and I had a very unhappy state of mind. So when I say unhappy state of mind is I am sitting here physically, but I'm thinking lot of other things in mind. But now it is not like that. I'm very happy person. When I'm talking to you, I'm 100% involved in my, whatever conversation I'm having with you. So it's a very different thing today. But when I finished my
Like,
engineering, I was sad person. I
so,
wasn't a happy person.
okay, if you would like to, share that in two lines, how would you describe this? How would you describe your life lesson?
Like life hasn't. Can you repeat the question?
What I'm asking is, if you would like to describe the same, what are your life lesson in two, three lines? If I would like to share it to more people, how would you describe it then?
Yeah. Especially if you are looking to be an entrepreneur, don't be very sensitive. You need to build that shield, that invisible shield, I can tell, so that people don't attack directly on you. Because n number of attacks will happen. You will have to, answer a lot of controversies, and you will be one among that. A lot of rumors will spread about you. You were not good to him. You were not good to her, and all that. But never take that to mind. Your only focus should be business. It is not people. Your only focus should be how to enhance your business, like in terms of product, how to have a very good product, quality product. All that should be your aim.
Basically,
And
not to be someone who is very easily get attracted towards the negative comments. Someone who can,
yeah, yeah,
someone who can only concentrate on his business and take the business to a next
yes,
level, rather than
to the next level.
yeah, rather than continuously listening to conversation which doesn't even support you,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Great.
yes,
Nice, nice. It was a wonderful conversation, Akshata. I mean, right from the beginning, for so far, we just spoke for almost like 30 minutes. We had such a unique and, I would say such a different conversation. Every topic was different from one or the other, and every answers that you gave, it has its own story to it. And I am sure this story, you are very personally attached to this story, right? Because it is something
yes,
you have been living through your life. You have been doing a lot of sacrifices. There are a lot of mentally you have been
yeah,
going through a lot of things also during this journey,
yes,
and today you have come out of it so very well, bold and independent woman. I am very
yes.
extremely happy, and I'm extremely glad that we made this conversation today. So, is there anything else that you would like to share? I see that you have also come up with some contest to your to your customers. So, what do you want to say on that? I would like to know more on that. What is the contest all about?
Yeah, definitely. I would want to explain a few lines about the contest. First of all, online video contest is very something very new in Mangalore. Okay, maybe people would have done this in past, but it was pre-recorded videos. Here, our concept was they should flaunt the accessory, and the subject was accessory. So most of the candidate, I can say 99% of the contestants dressed up, applied a lot of makeup, changed their costumes, changed their accessories, did a very beautiful creative video, just for the sake of Antica, because even they did not know that I'm going to host such a contest, nor I knew. Because we never knew, we did not know that Corona also would come.
Welcome.
So this was a time of quarantine, and I wanted to, engage with people, build my network in a right way, and see who are really talented. Because of this contest, I will be picking few brand influencers out of these contestants.
Mhm.
Basically to build a network. But when I asked my other friends, I have a lot of entrepreneur friends. Okay, why not a contest? Host a contest. So they were like, no, Akshata, I'm not very confident enough that to have a contest like video contest. So the difference between video contest and photo contest is the photo is already clicked very long back. You simply will send some photo just for the sake of participating. But in Antica, what happened is people themselves dressed, put some music, dance and all, just for the sake of Antica. They did that.
That
So
shows
I'm very happy they spent their quality time.
that shows their interest towards your brand, love and support towards your brand as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Great.
yes. I felt very happy.
Wonderful. So I want to know, how did you feel about this conversation, Akshata? And what do you see about this conversation? Do you see this conversation, this kind of talks or interviews, is it helpful for the entrepreneurs and some inspiring stories? Because my motivation is to bring people out of their comfort zone. Most of the people, they are into business, they don't want to tell others. Most of them, they are into business, they can tell their story, but it may not have reached a larger audience, right? Like, for example, your customers might have bought jewelry from your store, but they don't know your journey. Now today they will be in a position to understand and closely relate to your story as well, right? So what do you
Yeah.
say about the show?
First of all, Sanjana, I'm very proud of you that you took this initiative, coming down to entrepreneur and having a virtual interview. Also, this gives us opportunity. Usually, if you see my profile, there are a lot of videos that where my brand ambassador has talked, where my marketing head has talked, where my other brand ambassador has talked, and a lot of influencers have talked, but I have not talked so far. So you gave me this opportunity of having a conversation. Thank you. So I think definitely this will help all the entrepreneurs. And even I was thinking the same thing, the same thought you had in mind. These days, the unity is not there, okay, much. I want more and more influencers, coming forward like you. Take a good decision of interviewing or supporting the brand or something, become a blogger. It is so very interesting. But we have very less bloggers in Mangalore. We have one or two bloggers. They are very extremely good. But I want to see more bloggers, more influencers from Mangalore. I would be happy to see them.
Of course, why not? I am sure this motivating words would be very helpful for those, those who are in a process of thinking to do something as well. Because that's what happens.
Yeah.
People, most of us, we want to do something, but we get stuck. We are like thinking what others will say, what the society will think. There's so many questions around us, and that is something blocking most of us from doing something extra and doing something what we actually like in our lives. Correct?
Yeah.
So I'm sure your words will.
First of all,
Mhm. Yeah,
first of all, we should stop thinking what others are thinking about us.
that will take time,
Maybe
I
that
guess.
is the solution.
Yeah, that will take time because as you try
Yeah.
to ignore most of the things, and then you feel that, okay, I am more independent. That is when you feel confident enough, not bothering about others, what others think. Otherwise, till most of our journey, that is the only question that remains: what others are going to tell, what others are going to talk, and things like that. Okay. Okay, Akshita, this was a wonderful conversation. I loved talking to you. This was a great conversation, and I am looking forward for more entrepreneurs to come forward and share their life stories as well. And yeah, this was a nice conversation again. So I think I would love to say, please stay home, stay safe, and also all the viewers, please go and participate in the Antica contest and then flaunt your jewelry and make some creative videos. But yes, don't forget to stay home and stay safe as well. Thank you. Thank you so much, Akshata. Thank you for your wonderful time. Stay blessed.
Thank you, Sanjana.
Thank you.